Call this meeting to order at 5:30. Reorganization of the select board. Elections of officer, chair, vice chair, and clerk.
Before we go too far down the election of officers, I just wanted to let everybody know that I'm going to propose that we get rid of the clerk position in rules of procedure. So I don't know if we want to hold off on the clerk position, or we can elect somebody and then strip it away from them.
You should do chair and vice chair, and then
That's
you
what I was
can,
thinking,
yeah,
yeah.
roll into the rules of procedure.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I wonder is if we're tweaking the roles of the chair and vice chair, it seems like somebody might want to know what they're volunteering for.
Okay,
You know
Well,
what I mean?
I think we should elect a chair. Well,
you
okay.
can always change.
We can change the order.
Before you
of the-
start
we
talking
can-
about town business, you need a chair.
Okay, so let's.
Okay.
So Eric, are you into being chair again?
Sure, I'd do it again,
Okay.
if you're up for it.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I nominate Eric McGowan to be chair.
Second. Do you need a second?
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
to vote on it.
Make a motion.
Yes, you do.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And vice chair?
Are you?
I'm willing to be
Still up for
vice
it?
chair.
Anybody else need
And
feel a need to do
unless
it?
anybody else is wanting to jump in.
You're doing splendid.
I nominate Peg Alden to be vice chair.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, so now we're gonna tackle the clerk,
Can
or
we-
you wanna?
Can we table clerk and
Table
then get
it.
back to later? Is that okay?
Yeah, because, I mean, I normally do the agenda anyway, and.
Yeah.
And technically, I should be going over the agenda with the chair.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
So we're gonna table the clerk then.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess first of all, I'd like to recognize and introduce Logan Sears, congratulations.
Yay.
Yay, welcome.
Thank Fletcher Proctor for his time, and everything he did on this board.
Yay, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks.
Alright, we'll move on. Review comments and comment policy and procedures, rules of procedure policy.
Okay. So this policy is the newly adopted one that you folks did in December of 2025. So this is fairly new.
Yeah.
The only thing I was concerned about is your meeting date. If you're gonna stay to Wednesday every other week at 5:30.
Does that work for you, Logan?
Yep.
Seems to be working for the rest of us, right?
It works for my office too.
Yeah.
Alright. Other than that, you know, if you wanna just pause this. to go
No,
through
actually, well, let me tell you what I was thinking. I don't think it's too hard. I mean, okay, so we bring it out here and people object, but I think what I'm talking about is relatively simple as far as this procedure are concerned. So what I would like to do, and this is coming from other boards that I've worked with, so there are very few boards that I know of that have clerks. They have chairs and they have vice chairs and that's it. So the chair signs the minutes. I mean, we have a note taker, so we don't need somebody to write the minutes. If you don't have a note taker, then I guess you need a clerk. And the other thing that I found problematic in here is that the way that this is written, the clerk has kind of an outsized role in drafting the agenda. I don't feel like that's appropriate. I think the whole board should have some say in drafting the agenda, and then it goes to the chair, and the chair can finalize it. Because it is the chair's meeting, and you know, it can get really long if we all put our pet projects on it. So what I would propose is that we strike the position of clerk, and that we then move anywhere that it says in consultation with the clerk, it will say in consultation with the board. And after review by the full board, the chair shall approve minutes of board meetings.
can I read that through, just so
Go ahead.
I understand what you're saying?
So it's an organization of the board, C. It's actually,
See, right.
it applies in two places, but the
Okay,
first
let me
one,
read that one first.
okay,
The board shall annually elect a chair, a vice, and vice chair. If we make these changes as you're proposing them.
Yep.
The chair of the board, or in the chair's absence, the vice chair shall preside over all meetings. If both the chair and the vice chair are absent, a member of the select board shall act as chair for that meeting. In consultation with the board, the town manager and the chair shall,
I just said in consultation with the board, the town manager shall prepare, and then, which will then be finalized by the chair.
okay, consultation with the board, the town manager shall prepare draft agendas for board meetings, which shall then be finalized by the chair. After review by the full board, the chair shall approve minutes and board meetings.
Mhm.
Does that get at what you're saying?
Yeah. And then I think the only other place that this appears is in agendas. It's largely the same. It just says in agenda F, agendas 1. Instead of the town manager in consultation with the clerk, it'd be in the town manager in consultation with the board. And the rest of that paragraph would remain the same.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
You gonna put, like, when is this agenda gonna be drafted by the board and when? Because the packets
Yeah,
have been coming out to you folks, or a draft agenda comes to you on a Friday.
Yeah.
I try to get you the packet at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't get no responses from
you
anyone,
often get
so
responses from me.
it's,
Anybody can respond, so.
So
yeah.
who is gonna be accountable to make sure that a draft is gonna be, like, prepared?
The chair. It's the chair's responsibility to make sure that the agenda is prepared.
Okay,
Well, is there something you'd like?
well, yeah, I don't wanna be chasing an agenda around.
I mean,
with a
it's
packet.
something I, like, meeting with you or doing, something that I could commit to that would be helpful.
Well, no, if you're all gonna draft the agenda, right?
We're not drafting the agenda. You're drafting the agenda in consultation with the board. So it's not any different. It's that you draft the agenda, you'd send it out on Fridays. We would give you a response.
Okay,
If we
and
don't
you're
give
all
you
gonna respond.
if we don't give a
There's no
response,
response.
then we are good with that.
Okay,
And then I mean it's basically the way that it used to work.
so, all right, and
Yeah.
I'll pretty much be accountable to make sure that you have the information.
Yeah.
All right,
And
just
you know,
making
the rest
sure.
of us should be looking at our email and checking that agenda and making sure that the things
Yeah.
that we think should be on there are on there.
Right,
Yeah.
Adding
Adding
new
something else if
things,
there's
reminding
something.
people that we said we were gonna put something on the agenda that didn't quite make it. That's the responsibility of the entire board. And if we
Okay.
don't do that, then we're not doing our jobs.
all right, thank you. Is the agenda the way it's set up right now sufficient?
Yeah, this is
You know,
fine.
with all the items down below?
Yeah,
for
I think this is a
different
good way
days?
to do it. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
So do we have to make a motion to
Yeah.
change this? Okay, so and I'm gonna read it over again, just to be clear,
Okay.
okay?
Yep.
So I make a motion that we change the town of Putney Select Board Rules of Procedure to the following. Organization of the board. The board shall annually elect a chair and vice chair. The chair of the board, or in the chair's absence, the vice chair shall proceed over all meetings. If both the chair and the vice chair are absent, the member selected by the board shall act as chair for that meeting. In consultation with the board, the town manager shall prepare draft agendas for board meetings. After review by the full board,
Which shall be
Which shall then be
finalized.
finalized.
which shall be finalized by the chair, right?
Yep.
After review by the full board, the chair shall approve minutes of board meetings. And then the other change, comes up in the agenda section F. Just changing the word, the town manager in consultation with the board will prepare a draft agenda for the meeting.
Got it.
So make a motion to approve the rules of procedure policy with the meetings being set for every other Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
At 5:30 PM at the town hall and on Zoom with the changes noted.
Second.
Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, I'll make these changes and then,
We will sign it
Yeah.
next time, yeah.
you can sign it at the next meeting if you like.
Yeah.
And given that, are you still willing
Yeah,
to be the chair?
that's fine. I mean, I
Okay.
meet with Kara
Yeah,
throughout this
I
whole.
just wanted to make sure that we didn't like
No,
change the roles after you.
And I'm gonna be on you.
Okay.
Approving
I'm
the
gonna
minutes,
keep
that's
you
it.
accountable.
You should keep us all accountable, we should be paying attention.
All right, moving on. Next is to select the official newspaper of record and alternate newspaper of record.
I make a motion to select the official newspaper of record and the alternate newspaper of record, the official newspaper of record being the Commons and the alternate newspaper of record being the Brattleboro Reformer.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, select official attorney of record and an alternate attorney of record.
So I assume if we're going back out to bid, or we have gone back out to bid?
We haven't gone back out to bid, it's not due until the end of the month.
Okay, so I assume if we accept a bid and it's not one of these people that we would just do
Can always
this,
change it.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then I make a motion to select the official attorney of record and alternate attorney of record, the official attorney of record being Salmon and Nostrand, Lawrence Slason, and the alternate attorney of record, Fisher and Fisher Law Offices, Robert M. Fisher. One other question, sorry. They both have been notified that we're doing this, right?
Larry is aware of it. I have not spoken to
Okay.
Bob Fisher, but you know, depending on how many proposals we get, you know, we may change
Yeah,
one or two. So,
yeah, just,
yeah. We didn't. I think we used Bob once.
Yeah.
And that was for the gravel pit.
right.
So
It's always good to have,
Yeah.
make sure that he's on board with being our alternative.
and he's not retiring.
I don't think so. I hope
Yeah,
not.
he's not.
Gosh.
He's not. All right.
Second.
Any public comment? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, select board announcements, anyone?
No, I mean, I was gonna congratulate, Logan and thank, Fletcher, but you already did that, so I'll just say it again.
Okay.
Welcome aboard and thank you, Fletcher, for your service.
All right. Public comments on items not on the agenda. Mr. Fairman.
Mr. Chairman, two brief items. First, I thank Fletcher Proctor for his service to the town of Putney during the past 2 years as a member of our select board. As one of Vermont's most senior lawyers, he ably reviewed and improved town of Putney ordinances, policies, procedures, and rules for public discussion and select board approval. And he did all this at no cost to Putney taxpayers. Native Vermonter Fletcher Proctor exemplifies a lawyer who is one of us. I shall miss his lawyerly presence among you and his advocacy of public participation in our town of Putney government. My second item is, as instructed by our town manager, I am requesting an agenda item for your next regular meeting, which I believe is March 18th. The agenda item is pedestrian safety at crosswalks.
Okay,
I realize that gets decided later, but I'm doing it publicly now to get it done.
thank you. Any other public comment? Okay. I hear a motion to approve the minutes of February 18th.
No, it isn't the C. I'm sorry. It's very confusing.
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, warrants the treasurer.
I make a motion to approve and execute the warrant to the treasurer upon completion of review.
Second.
Payroll warrant dated March 6, 2026, in the amount of $21,366.98. There was some overtime for the highway department. There was approximately 43 and a half hours of overtime.
Well, thank you to the highway department.
Yes.
Good for that. So the number that she reads is on the back of this? No, on the back of that page, right? And that's the full amount that that's the actual amount. The amount that is on that first page is the
Direct
the
deposit.
direct deposit number. Yeah. So that's why that number doesn't match. These are really fun to read, so if you need help with that.
Yeah, and your name is on the warrants. Kim picked right up on that this year, so that was great. All right, accounts payable, February 21st through March 6th, 2026, in the grand amount of $1,081,324.16. The school payment is in here, so the third payment for the school.
How many do we have to pay them?
4.
If we have to pay them 4?
Yeah, they're prorated, so. The other thing too, so all the ballot clerks, were paid in this warrant. I wanna thank everyone who, helped out at town meeting. And there was, our electric bill and our Fidium, it's now Fidium, no longer consolidated, is like increasing, and I'm like, our Fidium was almost $1,700 for 1 month.
Yeah.
And we don't have enough speed here to do our work, and we're gonna need an increase in the speed. And so I'm waiting on that. I'm waiting for our IT company to tell us how much we actually need to be able to function here. So between our fiber and the electricity is outrageous, and there's an increase with the rate. And let me just get that.
The electric rate.
I think it was like 7.5% or something. It was
Didn't we
ridiculous.
so the solar credits we got, that's not a thing anymore?
We're getting some, but not, because it's winter time, so we're not
Well, that's
gonna
true,
get
but-
that. So Green Mountain Power filed a request for a change in base rates for October 1st, 2026 through September 30, 2027. They're requesting a 7.5% base rate change. I just had this conversation on Monday with the fire department, I'm like, guys, your electric bill was $915 for the month, and this past month it was like $1,123. I'm like, yikes, like what's going on? So, I don't know if we can conserve anywhere, but, community solar is something that's on my whiteboard, and we definitely need to start looking at trying to decrease some of this cost. I'm not sure what we can do with consolidated, but it's definitely something we're gonna have to start looking at. I'm just shocked by the rates right now.
Yeah.
What's North Hill Solutions, the consulting?
That is the consultant we have working with us for the town hall renovation. So that expense is actually gonna be paid through a grant. We have to pay them, then we get reimbursed. But yeah, they're helping with our funding stack and grants.
I'm good.
You good?
Yep.
All in favor?
Chairman,
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
I no objection that you voted, but may I make a public comment?
Go right ahead.
Thank you. Actually, two. These, I believe, would be questions addressed to our town manager. First, we all pay on our electric bills an energy efficiency charge, which funds Efficiency Vermont, who will come in and at no charge evaluate our electricity usage and suggest how to save money. So my question to our town manager is, has Efficiency Vermont been asked to come in and look at our town garage, our town hall, and our fire station?
We did an energy audit, and some of that was done through that report, because they did ask for, electric bills and oil bills, and we did it on the fire station in this building. We will be working with Efficiency Vermont, as we move through renovation, and, but the town garage, no.
Okay, well, they're all on the electric bill. And just to clarify, you mentioned that there was an energy audit. Was the energy audit by Efficiency Vermont?
It was not, it was through the state of Vermont.
Well, sorry.
They had a consultant come in and do the fire station, the library, and the town hall.
And I take the liberty of suggesting that you ask Efficiency Vermont to come in. I forgot the library, yes, to do all four buildings, because it is at no cost to the town of Putney, and these people are experts. They quite possibly could save us a few $100s a month, which wouldn't hurt, I should think.
I'm working with Morgan Casella. I think people know his name. His background is in energy. And I have sent him all of the electric usage for all of our buildings, including the wastewater treatment plant, because that one uses a lot of electricity. So I'm looking at different angles to figure out how to offset some of these costs.
Mr. Chairman, I note that apparently Efficiency Vermont has not actually been consulted, and they are the people who, so to speak, are in the business of coming in and saying, here's how you can use less electricity. And yes, I forgot the treatment point. Now, the other point is your formerly Consolidated Communications, they rebranded as Fidium. Have they connected fiber to this building?
Yes, we have fiber here and at the fire station.
Okay. They're charging you $1,700 a month. Does that include both internet and standard telecommunications?
Yes.
And still you don't have sufficient bandwidth.
We do not.
Do you happen to know what the bandwidth is?
I do not.
Well, that sounds pretty high, and there are alternatives. I would be willing, as a former corporate telecommunications manager, to take a look at the Fidium bill and offer some observations on it at a future meeting. It's up to you, of course, but $1,700 for what you're for the bandwidth you're getting via fiber sounds way on the high side. So there may be a possibility of saving money there. Thank you.
There is avenues to save money, just by looking at some of our buildings that have connections that are not being used. And I do want to clarify that Efficiency Vermont, we are working with them through the renovation of Town Hall project. So when we get there, we will get there. But we are taking steps. So I've been in contact with Green Mountain Power as well. So yeah, utilities are increasing, and we just need to find a way to cut some of those costs.
Mr. Chairman, if I may make one more comment.
Go ahead, Mr. Fairman.
We've been talking about two things here. One is saving money right now, and the other is the Town Hall renovation project, which is still in the planning phase. I want to clarify that I was talking about saving money right now, because what's going to happen when we renovate the Town Hall? First, we have to start the project sometime after we fund it.
Thank you.
I have a question. We looked at upfitting costs to do here, the fire station and the library for solar, instead of relying on community solar.
There was a small discussion about, yeah, we're not quite there yet. We're gonna look at all the options,
Yeah.
and of course, the select board will be part of that conversation. But the planning commission, I'm working with them as well, so.
Just in my brain, it makes more sense to be independent. And fire department's got plenty of roof.
Yeah, and yeah. That was an option, so. This building, unfortunately, not so much.
Okay. Moving on to the town manager's report.
I did not write one, but I just wanted to update the select board. Blasting at the Route 5 Dummerston Putney pit was scheduled for today, but because of the snow yesterday, they had put it off until tomorrow.
Is that what the rolling roadblocks are for?
Yes.
Gotcha.
So there are
I thought
rolling
maybe.
roadblock signage on Interstate 91. If you happen to see them, it's like, I was kind of, moving along, and I'm like, oh, there's the sign. I'm like, okay, I'll have to let Basil know it's working. But, so it is tomorrow.
Okay.
And there was another item I wanted to update you with, but it's out of my. Oh, I just want to say, town meeting yesterday, I thought it went fairly well. It was well attended. It's just, yeah. So we got hung up on, a couple different things, and I think as a board and working with this board, we'll have a concrete plan. There's some things we should probably clean up and work on together, and we'll talk more about that in the next item.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, if I may, I now that blasting has come up, I would like to ask a question about it.
Go right ahead.
Presumably to our town manager once again. What is done about the nearby buildings where people live and work?
The new what?
Where there's a house right facing the gravel pit, and of course over on Route 5 there's other buildings.
Yep.
What is done about protecting the people in those buildings?
So they're all notified. The contractor notifies them, and most of them don't even want to be notified. I was surprised to hear that, but and some are like away for the winter, so they're not back yet. This is why we're trying to get this done now. and then, before the campground opens, so there's no one in the campground. I was kind of hoping it was gonna happen last week while school was on vacation, but, no, they've pretty much have it handled, and they do, some sort of like testing after, to make sure like foundations haven't moved and all that. So they're very like professional about, yeah.
Thank you.
All right, moving on. Nothing under boards and committees. So we'll move on to Selectboard New Business. Congressional funding for FY27 appropriations letter of support.
So this was a fast track, folks. So Congressional funding has opened up for the town hall renovation project. So it's Representative Phelan, Welch, and Sanders all have congressional funding for FY27. This particular support letter, the form was due on Monday.
Yeah.
We got the form in. Now we have to be prepared to have a certain amount of support letters and the application, which is due on Monday.
Did you get a go-ahead? From their
We have
office?
not yet.
Yeah,
Not
we haven't
yet.
either, so.
Pardon?
We haven't either,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, I
I
haven't
just want-
seen it yet.
Okay.
But I just want to be proactive,
Yeah.
and we drafted this letter for the select board. If somebody could read it in public, for public record. It is fairly long, but if you choose not to, I guess that's okay too.
Make the new guy do it? No, I'll do it. This is March 4th, 2026, Becca Bowen, Balin, U.S. Representative, State of Vermont, Burlington District Office, 159 Bank Street, Suite 204, Burlington, Vermont, 05401, letter of support for Putney Town Hall renovation project request. Dear Representative Balin, we strongly recommend the renovation of Putney's 1871 historic Town Hall. So we want to take that out.
Yep.
This is why we read it. A Town of Putney collaboration with the Putney Historical Society to be considered for the FY27 Appropriations Community Project funding. The project has been in the planning stage for 5 years to renovate Putney Town Hall, an Italianate landmark listed on the National Register and a key feature of the Putney Village Historic District. The project includes historic preservation, energy efficiency, improved accessibility, climate resilience, and modernization to effectively serve and engage the Putney community and achieve the 2023 Putney Town Plan recommendations. Chapter 6, Community Facility and Services, page 41. Objective 6.1, provide community services and facilities to sustain the quality of life in Putney. Objective 6.5, reduce the carbon footprint of municipal operations. Action 6.3, conduct an energy audit for town operations encompassing buildings and facilities, including the water and wastewater treatment facilities, the town hall, town garage, town firehouse, and the highway and fire department's fleet vehicles and tools, and seek funding to make recommended improvements, including needed expansions to serve future needs. Town hall renovation is specifically referenced in the 2023 town plan at page 42. Putney's town hall renovation also aligns with the following element of the Southern Vermont 2024 Comprehensive Economic Development Strategy. Objective 3, foster resilient, adaptable communities, page 3. A, invest in infrastructure and system upgrades to adapt to environmental impacts. B, improve civic and community engagement. C, increase housing options for all. D, reinforce Southern Vermont's recreation and cultural opportunities. The town hall renovation also aligns with the Wyndham Regional Plan, which supports historic and cultural efforts that build on the region's assets. The regional plan includes the following: educational, cultural, and recreational resources and policies. 6. Foster the growth and development of its rich arts and cultural heritage through collaboration and education efforts and through efforts to preserve the historic resources of the Wyndham region. 8. Support rehabilitation and adaptive reuse of significant historic sites and structures. As a major feature of Putney Village Center, renovating Putney Town Hall with historic preservation, energy efficiency, and accessibility will serve as an inspiring model for building renewal and economic development in the village center. It will also serve as a civic center to encourage, plan, and support new housing development and other economic revitalization appropriate for our culturally rich rural village center. Project planning with the Putney Historical Society includes a 25-year lease that designates the second floor as the future home of the Historical Society, as well as a shared event and community meeting space. That collaboration has yielded initial funding to 1. Conduct feasibility studies, a historic preservation building assessment, and an energy and HVAC assessment. 2. Engage architectural services from Vermont Integrated Architects. 3. Engage construction management services from H.P. Cummings to develop a cost estimate for the full renovation of the Town Hall building. 4. Begin construction with historic window restoration and building shell improvements that will increase occupant comfort and energy efficiency, reduce operating costs, and prepare for the next stages of renewal. Ongoing financial planning includes stacking grant funding, matching funds, conducting a capital fundraising campaign, and requesting local in-kind services, whether labor and or materials, for the renovation project. The renovation is estimated at $3.8 million. Funding secured for this project to date is the following: ARPA allocation from Selectboard, $200,000. Putney Historical Society donation, $25,000. Preservation Trust of Vermont grant, $5,500. Municipal Energy Resilience Program, $402,500. Preservation Trust of Vermont Paul Brunn grant, $7,500. VTAC, $75,000. Thank you. VTACCD Historic Preservation Grant, $20,000. Total in hand, $728,000. Other sources of funding: T-Mobile Hometown Grant, $50,000. Capital Fundraising Campaign, $200,000 to $1 million. VHCB Historic Structures Grant, $125,000. Vermont Arts Council Cultural Facilities Grant, $30,000. VCDP ADA Access Modification Grant, $150,000. Congressional funding FY27, $1 million. Potential funding, $1,555,000, which is the low, $2,355,000 is the high. The town is prepared to bond and or borrow from USDA for the amount not captured through the above sources. We anticipate a November special meeting with our constituents. This project is of critical importance to the town, and our request for federal funding will help relieve some of the tax burden on our citizens who are already stretched. The Putney Select Board endorses this project as this location is our public gathering place for meetings. Bringing the structure back to its original form will create a sense of pride and leave an intergenerational legacy for years to come. Respectfully, Town of Putney Select Board.
Thank you.
Looks like it's the Putney Select Board Chair who signs it, so
Yeah, we're gonna have Chair sign it.
that's good.
Yeah, so Lisa Papazians, who Copley and I do this together,
Okay,
we'll see what happens. So we are asking for $1 million. And, we did put in the dream, 3.8. We'll see, if they all work together.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll see.
And that's a lot of money for us, but it's a drop in the hat for the federal government, so.
Right. The other thing too is if we are awarded this money, it's like 2 years. It takes, there's a lot of hoops attached to this money and a lot of,
2 years till we see it.
tracking. Well, yeah, so the whole thing too, Bex, usually is we spend our money, then we get reimbursed. Because the only way you get reimbursed is, you gotta show that, the check.
Yeah.
And the invoice that goes along with it. So we will have to expense and then be reimbursed. Our hope too is with the capital fundraising campaign that we will have capital so we can keep rolling that money. If we can have the capital, spend it, reimburse it, it's just, so we're not taking out of any other pots of money. It's a lot to it.
Have we, I know, a year or so ago, there were examples of towns that were not getting money from the federal government for things that the federal government had agreed to pay them for. And I just wonder where, have you been hearing stories like that?
I haven't heard, FEMA is the only one I get nervous about,
Yeah.
but other than that, everybody else, I'm not sure where this money's coming from that's in the state of Vermont right now. Everybody keeps talking about, but as long as it's there and we can try to capture some of that, we're gonna do our best.
What they have done is made it extremely difficult for towns to apply. So we got notice of this,
We just got this last
last week. We had to put an interest form in by March 2nd.
Monday.
And they said, if you're approved, you will have to have all of your documents by March 9th.
Yeah,
And we're not entirely sure exactly, we know we have to have a letter of support, but they didn't tell us what documents specifically. So the turnaround is like that. So they're opening it and closing it really fast. That's what they agreed
for
to.
this office. Welch is a
Little bit different, but it's still it's March 26th.
Well, it's the end of the month, and we almost have like 28 days or
Yeah,
something.
but I mean, that's what they're doing, is they're making it really, really, really difficult to apply for the money.
And I haven't seen anything from Sanders' office
I
yet.
haven't either.
Yeah.
So,
But if it's there, Peg, we're gonna go after it. We talked about this yesterday, creative revenue streams and grants for the past 2 years has been a big revenue stream that we're tapping into. It's a lot of work, but
so I would make a motion to approve the letter of support with the one change noted and authorize the chair to sign it.
Second.
Any public comment? Mr. Fairman?
Mr. Chairman, I note that during your discussion, you switched from talking about congressional appropriations to talking about FEMA. And of course, FEMA is under the executive branch. Now, the congressional appropriations are in the offices of our congressional delegation, of which Putney has about 2,000 voters. So there's about 2,000 voting constituents in Putney, plus another 600 or so, presumably are not yet old enough to vote. Now, I would suggest that you make this letter prominently available on our website, and that we all encourage, you are not alone in this, that we encourage everyone who is a constituent of Representative Ballot and Senators Sanders and Welch to contact their offices to ask that this be given, what's the word I want? Be given certainly due consideration, but perhaps even preferential consideration. And also that, I've been involved in this sort of thing before, it can be very helpful to ask if a staff member from each of their Vermont offices would be willing to visit here and perhaps guided by Lisa, see the building and see what's involved so that they can provide on-the-scene feedback to our members of Congress. That's one way to receive more serious consideration. Because, basically the staffer who is trusted is going to say, I was there and this is a really good project. That carries a lot of weight. So I strongly suggest those two. Get the staffers here and also encourage everyone in Putney to contact our congressional delegation, which is our constitutional right, and they will pay attention.
Thank you. All right, so we have a motion,
We have, I think we motioned the second.
second,
Yeah.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right, strategic planning retreat, April or May.
All right, we talked about this in the last board regime and nothing ever happened. So I am requesting this board plan a strategic planning retreat, whether it be a 1 day or 2 day. But
It's our select board junket.
there you go.
Good callback.
Only because some good work got done this past year, and with the help with some outside residents and with the board. But I'm just gonna be blunt and honest, I struggled last year trying to keep people on track and get things done. So I feel we can do a better job at it together, whether it's the process, but I think some pre-planning in the beginning of this term. I also want to invite in the planning commission because I think it's very important. We have some big projects coming up. So we need to focus and not be stumbling. I felt like we were not, we just could have done a better job together.
So you're saying April or May? Can you do your doodle poll magic?
I can do that. Yeah, I think spring would be good, before we start getting into summer vacations, There's school vacation in April, right,
I think it's
for
the,
kids?
yeah.
So I'll stay away from that.
This 20th to 24th.
Yeah, that's my birthday too, so
Happy birthday.
thanks.
And can I just put it down on the calendar that I'm going to be out of the country mid-May through towards the end of June.
Wow. All right, so it's gonna be in between school vacation and before Peg leaves.
Sounds great.
So I'll throw a doodle poll together. I would almost recommend a Saturday so we can have all day to just kind of
All day?
yeah.
You gonna feed us?
Yeah, I'll have somebody cater it, okay? From that account.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get
This is an emergency.
Let's get this going soon
Yeah.
because there's
Yeah, things
I
are-
do not have a lot of availability.
Yeah, things are
Alright,
filling up for
so-
me as well. I have a
Alright,
couple of
yeah.
potential gymnastics meet things that are, I don't even know what the dates are because they haven't been set yet. So,
Okay,
because
let's
that's
just-
when
Friend's wedding and
yeah.
I'll do my best to throw out some dates. And maybe, we do a 4-hour stint and we do a second one, with the planning commission and then pull it all together.
Okay.
But I think it's important that,
I agree.
No, we
I
definitely
agree.
should.
I
feel like-
I'm just being realistic. It's just kind of a tight time right now, but I agree that it's a priority.
Yeah.
And I look forward to doing it. I actually really like it.
It's been useful in the past. It's gotten us on track. So
all right.
Any public comment on the planning retreat, Mr. Fairman?
Mr. Chairman, I take the liberty of suggesting that if you ask the planning commission to join you, that they be asked to join you during only part of your retreat. Otherwise, because they have what they talk about, and you'll be talking about that, but your responsibilities for town government are much broader than the responsibilities of the planning commission. So I'm suggesting don't invite them for the whole time because you'll wind up with the tail wagging the dog.
Thank you for that. Alright, moving on. VLCT Select Board Trainings.
I highly recommend the board, most of you already signed up for Vermont Leagues of Cities and Towns. Logan will get you set up. So it's a portal you just log into. There's all sorts of trainings. There is a select board onboarding, and I recommend, even as a refresher, that you folks do this.
It's fun to go, Logan, and meet a bunch of other select board members from all other towns. I don't know, I found it really,
The networking is great.
it was
Yeah.
You
great.
know?
They do have them on Zoom too if you can't
Yeah,
travel.
yeah. So
But
we've
there's
got
a lot of,
webinars, there's a lot of resources, and there might be things that, you can relate to, and it's like, all right. It might be highway stuff, right? Sometimes there's, passive insurance, which is, they talk about emergency services, and, you can go online and find grants there too. There's quite a bit of information. But I highly encourage everybody to do a refresher. I have to do them from time to time as well.
yeah.
Okay. Alright, no select board old business. Do we need an executive session? Anyone?
Yeah, no, I think this can wait till the next meeting.
Okay. Next meeting date is March 18th at 5:30 at the town hall. And can I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.